Yo. Hi. Hi guys. Oh, sorry, Miss Sierra. I am back, bro. Hi, Sammy. What should you watch, bro? bro.
These are the dumbest attempts to cancel Ryan Trahan. Ryan has been on YouTube for over a decade, but he got his big break in 2017 with his penny series when he turned a penny into $1,000. It was a simple yet brilliant concept of trading his way up from a penny to something bigger through creativity, challenges, and pure hustle. However, in 2022, Ryan took that idea to an entirely next level by surviving on a single penny for 30 days straight while trying to deliver a penny to Mr. Beast. And after finishing that challenge, Ryan officially became one of the most beloved creators on the platform. But that didn't stop Ryan's name from getting dragged into meaningless drama. Because in 2024, when KSI teamed up with Mr. Beast to launch a new snacks brand aimed towards kids called Lunchly as a competitor to Lunchables, the internet wasn't very happy. People started calling KSI and everyone involved out and mentioned how the product was unoriginal, not healthy, and just another creator cash grab. And while Mr. Beast and others tried to explain and understand where the criticism was coming from, KSI had a completely different approach. On his YouTube channels, KSI fired back at the critics, and in doing so, he brought up Ryan Trahan.
Where was the same energy when Ryan Trahan released Sweets?
Referring to Ryan's candy brand Joyride, KSI went off and asked the fans where's that same energy when Ryan Trahan released Sweets. But KSI's jab didn't really land the way he thought it would, because the two situations couldn't have been more different. People weren't mad at KSI for launching his own business. They were mad because Lunchly looked like a quick money-making scheme aimed at kids. Ryan, on the other hand, had partnered up with a small candy brand that had been around for years, added his own line of products under Joyride, and then helped it reach a wider audience. So comparing Lunchly to Joyride didn't make sense. But somehow, the internet still found a way to drag Ryan into someone else's mess. Because once KSI said his name, the internet did what it always does, and people started accusing Ryan of hiding the truth. Reddit threads with titles like, "Does anyone else feel weird that Ryan Trahan is posting Joyride as a brand new, but it's been around since 2008, started popping up. And while they weren't wrong about the brand's history, the version Ryan launched was completely new. The old company Project 7 had been around since 2008, making gum and protein snacks, but Ryan worked with founder Tyler Merrick to completely rebrand it as Joyride, redesigning everything from the packaging to the marketing. On top of that, according to a report by Forbes, Ryan works closely with the team to create a 100% vegan, low-calorie, and low-carb candy line that still tasted like the real thing. He didn't just slap his name on an existing brand. He helped rebuild it from the ground up. But just when the whole Joyride chaos was cooling off, Ryan found himself being dragged into something even dumber. Because out of nowhere, an obnoxious YouTuber decided to make a comeback. Katie Karen Dykemare, better known as the vegan teacher, rose to internet fame as an annoying vegan influencer who used to guilt-trip Minecraft YouTubers for even eating virtual steak. And all of a sudden, her new target was Ryan. In July 2024, she uploaded a video titled "Snobby Rich YouTuber Promotes McDonald's Cruelty," where she accused Ryan of promoting animal cruelty to his young audience.
Eating animals is wrong, Ryan Trahan. Hurting animals is wrong, Ryan Trahan. Share this song and change your entire channel to be vegan from now on.
The vegan teacher called out Ryan for teaching young children to not eat veggies.
3. The item cannot have any vegetable.
What? Why on earth would you be trying to teach a bunch of young, impressionable people not to eat veggies?
And as Ryan ordered a steak bowl for his video, the vegan teacher had a full-blown meltdown.
Okay, yeah.
Steak, he just said yes to steak. No, that's a definite X. Don't do that. Why are you promoting the murder of innocent animals? Those cows did nothing to you.
But this attempt to cancel Ryan completely backfired, because even the vegan teacher's own followers started calling her out, saying Ryan was one of the most wholesome creators on the entire platform. People began saying Ryan wasn't some snobby rich YouTuber. Rather, he was one of the best thing to ever happen to the platform, and no one in their right mind was even going to think about canceling him just for eating a piece of steak. And while the vegan teacher thing eventually faded, the internet wasn't done picking Ryan apart. Across Reddit, people started complaining that Ryan was talking about his brand way too much. They said every video somehow led back to his products, like he couldn't go a week without mentioning his candy brand. On top of that, one user went so far ahead and called Joyride candies unhealthy and how it affects his stomach.
Pasko na ulit. Holiday rush everywhere. Daming gagawin, daming handaan. Need mo help? We got you. akin ang best Christmas gift? Ay, food so good na take home si tita. Fried chicken, burger, and more. Pasko na, we got you.
Yung links na yan, huwag basta-basta pindutin. Tama na ang pera mo. Greasy hair, got your back. Triple dandruff fighting and cooling power. Power up your dandruff-free scalp, supercharged with clear. And while people were not completely wrong, that Ryan does talk about his brand a lot lately in a lot of his videos, but people saying Ryan has changed and calling him a sellout for talking about business clearly forgot why Ryan started doing YouTube full-time in the first place. Ryan was a rich athlete who ran long-distance events, and in his early days of YouTube, Ryan's channel was mostly filled with vlogs about his training sessions, important races, and day-to-day life as a student athlete. But as Ryan was becoming a better and better athlete, his career was about to take an unexpected hit, not due to an injury or poor performance, but because of his YouTube channel. Back then, Ryan was competing as a Division I runner under the NCAA, which is some of the strictest rules in college sports. And one of those rules was that athletes weren't allowed to earn money or have sponsorships outside their sport. At the same time, Ryan had launched his own water bottle brand called Neptune, a reusable bottle designed to replace single-use plastic, while also managing his growing YouTube channel, which had already hit around 30,000 subscribers. But then, the NCAA stepped in and ruled that Ryan couldn't promote his own company while competing as an athlete, even though the brand had nothing to do with running. So Ryan had to make a tough choice: keep his spot as a Division I runner or walk away and bet everything on YouTube. And looking at his 22 million subscribers today, it's safe to say he made the right choice. That's why when people say Ryan's changed, they're missing the whole story. He's always been that guy who loves giving his energy to things he believes in. First it was Neptune, now it's Joyride. The only thing that's changed is how big his ideas got. But out of everything Ryan's done, one of the strangest controversies came from what should have been his least controversial series, visiting the 50 states in 50 days to raise $1 million for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Every morning, Ryan and his wife Hailey woke up in a new state, checked into a bizarre Airbnb, completed the challenges, and spun the wheel of doom. Apparently, when big contributions came in, they kept pushing forward. The initial response from the fans started off wholesome, with people praising Ryan for coming up with such unique ideas to raise money for children. But as more donations started coming in, the tone in fan reaction started shifting. Reddit threads started flooding Ryan's subreddit with titles like "Getting a bit turned off by the donation segment," where people complained that the ads were packed with Bible verses, saying they came to watch Ryan and a not Christian YouTube. And a lot of people weren't happy with the amount of ads in the video, with one fan even saying that 12 minutes of donations in a 30-minute video is wild. But fans didn't just stop there, and started questioning the intentions behind some of the donations. And one post mentioned how it feels like some people seem to only donate to get more publicity than to actually help. However, there were also plenty of people defending Ryan, saying this was all for a good cause, that people were overreacting. One Reddit post titled "Stop Complaining" even called out the constant negativity, reminding everyone that Ryan was literally raising millions for charity, not running an ad campaign for himself. And honestly, it was almost like people forgot the entire point of the series. The whole idea behind the 50 States Challenge wasn't just to entertain, it was to show people the impact of every donation in real time. Every time a new donor was mentioned, it wasn't just a shout out, it was another kid getting a free cancer treatment. And somewhere along the way, people stopped caring about them because they just wanted something to hate on. Ryan had just built up something